it was funny. I was just thinking about this. I was like, is anyone going to ask like current events regarding whatever? And then I saw this. Um, Todd Romero says thoughts on divorce for religious leaders. Saul Paul's story about the Devon Franklin Meagan Good split. So that was actually what we were thinking about making our video on today.
Mm-hmm.
We were very close.
Yes, but we did not.
We decided to do this instead.
I think one of the main reasons we decided not to do it is because, honestly, this is our personal opinion, but we look at Devon's Instagram and just his life and what he shares, and for me to call him a Christian, to call him a true believer of God, walking with the Lord faithfully day by day, is not accurate.
Oh, that's hard. I mean, I would agree with that, and like we can kind of share why.
Yeah.
But he's considered a Christian in Hollywood.
Right. So a Hollywood Christian.
But that's what it seems like he is, as we look at him, a Hollywood Christian, not a Christian in Hollywood that is very much set apart for the gospel.
Right.
A Hollywood Christian that has Christian in the label, that has produced some popular Christian movies. I think he was behind, what was it? I Can Only Imagine, or just those type of movies. He's a pretty
Heaven
big...
is for real.
Heaven is for real, maybe. Yeah, but then when you look at their Instagram, you see kind of the stuff he's posting recently. He did an interview.
His mentor is Will Smith. I'm sorry, but that should be the first sign of, whoa, major red flag. With the stuff that has come out about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith's marriage, it's incredibly disturbing. It's not biblical. It's not Christ-like. And that's your mentor. And here you are now getting a divorce. What the heck? Like, it's just, I'm sorry. It's very just frustrating and concerning to me. And I just have very little, like, I don't know.
Yeah, agreed. It's like
wiggle room, or like, oh, but maybe, like,
we don't want to be... One of the reasons we didn't decide right off the bat we were going to make this the main thing in today's live was we don't follow Devon Franklin and Meagan Good closely. About a year ago, we had a friend who ran into them on a plane coming back from Los Angeles, and he told us about
3 years ago.
Oh yeah, it was a while ago. He told us about the conversation they had, and he was pretty like pumped up and kind of enamored by them because it's this good-looking, stylish Christian couple making waves in Hollywood. And that is, we're hopeful for that. But as you've heard us say now on a number of different celebrities, maybe in Hollywood, we really take it with a grain of salt. We pump the brakes just because they're saying that they're a Christian, that they love God. We pump the brakes and we look at their fruit and we look at what they're saying. And like Morgan said, with Devon Franklin, just as easy as... And I remember when I heard about him a few years ago and did a little looking into him, I'm like, they look so worldly. You look at Meagan Good, his wife, who's now ex-wife, or I think they filed for divorce. She just looks like the world. I don't know what she's doing in her personal life, but she looks like the world. The stuff she's posting is the movies that she's making.
It's just sad.
And then Devon Franklin is saying in his Instagram that Will Smith is his mentor and posting a quote by Will Smith. This was recently. Like Will Smith saying a quote about God and believing in God. And it's like, it's so, at best, it's just confusing. And you kind of hear what we're saying for as far as at worst. He posted himself giving a message on how, like, what was it? How powerful you are, and it's just
believe in yourself. You can manifest whatever you want as long as you believe in how amazing you are. You can do anything. Just very worldly, feel goody stuff.
And I posted this on Instagram, but it was just
their kind of.
And maybe we'll make this I might trim it down and make this our video so we can talk about it a bit more. I know we're wrapping things up, but yeah, just his official kind of statement. He posted a picture of him sitting with Meagan Good, and they're kind of looking out over a golf course. Actually, it's kind of funny because it looked at first glance like this is just beautiful scenery, but then I was like, oh, that's a golf course. Whatever, fine.
What the heck does that have to do with anything?
I just thought it was funny because it was like kind of a faux scenery. But I love golf courses.
That's what he noticed.
They're beautiful. But they're sitting there, and then the caption, let me see if I can find it real quick. Because I know let me go to my Instagram real fast. Follow us on Instagram if you don't. At Paul August, at Morgan August. We post a lot on there. But the stuff he posted, I almost found myself being like, oh, you're just confusing people, acting like this.
Almost, no, you do find yourself.
I Googled his name, and it says he's a preacher or a pastor. He's making these Christian movies, inspirational,
Author
speaker.
Or whatever.
Yeah, let me find what. And so I'm just like, oh, this just...
Focus.
It reminds me of when Rachel Hollis...
Nope. One moment.
It reminds me of the Rachel Hollis and her husband's situation. Again, we don't follow them closely. It's not like an actor that I'm really, or like a director or someone that I'm really invested in. But nevertheless, when I saw the Rachel Hollis and her husband get a divorce, and they're saying similar things like, oh, we just feel like this is the best, but we love each other more now than ever, even though we're getting a divorce. It's like...
Yeah. So, something that Devon said, or Meagan, one of them, they said, we believe this is the next best chapter in the evolution of our love. It seems a growing number...
No.
Yeah,
so that's his statement.
I read that, but...
Well, and then he also said they're thankful to God for the testimony. And so it's making divorce look like it's something that you can just do in a healthy Christian way. We're splitting up, we're getting a divorce, and it's the best thing, and our love is...
Yeah. Show me in the Bible where it says that divorce is the next chapter in the evolution of a husband and wife's love.
Yeah.
It's messed up. It's not biblical. It's not Christ-like. And, we don't know the underlying reasons. I feel like what they shared, it kind of makes it look like nothing's really happened. We just don't see eye to eye anymore. And we think that the best thing to do for one another is to separate.
And we don't know the details.
Right. So I'm saying, if, he had an affair, she had an affair, that's biblical grounds. But what they're sharing shows no biblical grounds for divorce and shows such a, in my opinion, such a frivolous grasp on marriage and what and how God looks and holds marriage in his hands and how he views it. To me, it's just kind of like a slap in the face to God of we just felt like it's the next best evolution for our love is to just divorce and go our own ways. It just seems so wrong. Now, if they wanted to come out and share and I could see people being like they do not need to share why they divorced. In my opinion, if you're a believer and you have a platform and you're getting a divorce, you kind of do have to share why. Kind of stinks that you do, but this is just the lot in life you've been handed. You've got a platform. Nothing really is that private anymore. Specifically, if you're going to get a public divorce.
Well, and I would even say, yes, I agree with you. Are not obligated to just the masses to share, but at the same time,
they shouldn't be sharing what they're sharing right now.
So, yeah, it's like if, say, she cheated on him, and then that gives him biblical grounds for divorce, based off of the words of Jesus. If anyone, divorces his wife except for marital unfaithfulness,
vice versa.
Yeah, and vice versa.
He cheats on her.
If that did happen, then, and he's just torn up about it and he decides, I want to split, you don't go making these posts making it look like nothing happened. I'm agreeing with you, and that this is actually healthy, and that we're, again, just those statements he made. You guys can hop on his Instagram and see what he posted. It's just there's several layers to my concern and disappointment. Obviously, a divorce is painful, and I wish them the best. But we're trying to not just come down with harsh judgments and kick a horse while they're down, but bringing some stuff to light, encouraging the Christian community, maybe young Christians and Christians that are baby Christians that
Mhm.
look up to these guys,
Mhm.
hey, maybe don't put them on real high pedestals of what a Christ-like biblical life looks like, a Christ-like marriage looks like, that we can just hop in and out of marriages because, oh, this is the best thing for us and so forth.
Yes.
On that note, comment below if you've been following kind of this unfold, the Devon Franklin, Meagan Good, if you keep up with them, you've seen some of the films. What are your thoughts on this? We would like to know. And Morgan, let's just go ahead and wrap it up. We'll wrap up the whole video. I know we talked a little while on that, but it works out. Oh, man. I'm seeing a super chat here from Henrietta95. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thoughts on the Eastern Orthodox Church? Morgan, do we know enough about Eastern Orthodox?
We do not. We can't give any thoughts or opinions. I mean, the very small amount that I've looked into, I just can't. I can't give a good.
In the future,
thought.
perhaps we'll study more on the Eastern Orthodox Church, and we'll have more to say on that.
Yes.
Thank you for your super chat. TT Infections.
Thank you.
You said, what if a Christian dates another single parent with a child? Is that okay?
Squish, come here.
I would say absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
It gets a little bit
It gets a little bit tricky because I think that biblically, one, if they had this child out of wedlock,
I was thinking
it's very tricky.
Primarily from if they were to get divorced. Say,
right, and then you start dating them.
Assuming, say, you're a male, TT Infections, or I don't even know, male or female. Say you're a male and you meet this woman, awesome woman, has a kid. If she was a widow, 100% you have biblical grounds for that. If even, I would say maybe, I was going to say maybe like if she was an unbeliever or she had the kid out of wedlock when she maybe wasn't walking with the Lord or something happened.
Right.
But if it's just like she got a divorce from her husband, like this, if this situation with Meagan Good and Devon, they split up, they have a kid, and then Devon goes off. There was no marital unfaithfulness. Devon gets remarried. I don't see that as blessed by God. I actually see it breaking what Jesus said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you wouldn't want to get involved in that relationship because then in a sense you're also in sin because it's a lot. Like when you think and you read about the marriage and about what is acceptable and for divorce and what isn't and how it all works and yada, it's a lot. So just do some studying.
Talk to maybe a pastor. We actually have a pastor who's kind of in that situation, but biblically it's okay.
Biblically, yeah. Yeah. So, if the woman has a child and her husband left her for another woman, it's okay. You can be with her then. Like, you're not stepping then into sin and whatever.
Yeah, there's our thoughts. There's our quick thoughts on that. Really big topic, really heavy topic, but that's just what we see scripturally. And finally, to bring us home,
Mike Winger supposedly has a video on that subject as well.
Mike is very into really doing deep dives into these topics from a biblical standpoint.
Yeah.
We should have Mike on.
We need to have Mike on.
Well, Melissa Doherty is friends with Mike.
We're going to work our way through.
We can use that connection. I have said your name wrong.
You have.
Stumbled over it twice now. Mary Elizabeth says completely agree. Morgan, bring us home with the final super chat of the day.
Emily Kern, thank you so much for your super chat.
Thank you for your generosity, guys.
I'm new. How do you wait on someone when they show all the good signs of a Christian godly husband, but you are not sure if they love you back? Oh. Well, wait on them. I don't think I would encourage you to wait on them. I think that if you're uncertain if they have feelings for you or not, to, if you feel led to reveal your feelings to them just so that you all can get that conversation out of the way so you can know, okay, they don't feel that way about me. I'm moving on. I'm going to find a godly Christian man to become my husband. somewhere else. But if they do say that they have feelings for you, but maybe they're not ready to date yet, or whatever, you can have that conversation. So I'd maybe say go ahead and let them know. Yeah. And then see where it goes. But if they make it pretty obviously clear that they're not into you, move on. Don't wait on them.
It's good.
Yes.
It's our opinion. Get a second opinion.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right, guys.
Mike Winger has a video on basically everything. And they're like long too, like long thought out.
He does good.
He does.
All right, guys. We love you all. Hope you have a great night, evening, morning, depending on where you are. I don't know. And we'll see you on Thursday. It won't be a live video though. It will be an edited video.
But I say we do the what's it called? Premiere.
Oh yes.
And we can chat with you guys while the video is like going public.
Yes. Well, yes.
We'll see you guys. We will see you on Thursday. P&M fam. Have hope.
And be free.
Love you guys.
Bye.